Hey guys, this is Jen from Generator74 and I'm starting something new. I'm going to try to start adding some voiceover to my videos. So this video here, I'm using a Gorjuss Girl stamp that I'd colored in, and I'm just trying to cut down the papers so I can decide what kind of layout I want to do. And I don't measure things. That's not something that I feel is necessary. Sorry, my phone keeps beeping. Um, and I know a lot of you enjoy um, measurements and such, but that's just not me. I've tried doing it and I always screw it up. So I've just given up on that endeavor. So I just, eyeball it, cut it to the length that I think, or the width, or whatever, that I think looks good. Here I'm getting out my big shot, and I'm going to look to see if I can cut down the little character I have colored out, but it turns out that I had that paper cut too narrow, and I was trying to conserve because I only had a few sheets left of the Gina K Designs Copic coloring paper. So I decided to just cut out an oval scallop for sort of a backdrop, and I'm going to fussy cut out the image. So here I'm just grabbing some Memento, I think it's gray flannel, ink, and inking the edges so that it stands out more against the background paper. Just doing a little bit of a layout prep there to see if I like it or not. And then here I'm going to fussy cut out the image. Yeah, this isn't something that I do often. I prefer to use my spellbinders to cut out the image in a shape and then just sort of put a frame around it with a different, a larger size spellbinders. But in this case, I didn't really have much of a choice because the paper was so narrow. And here I'm just using the C3 Copic marker to put a little bit of a border around it because the white paper was just very stark and it just didn't look right to me, so thought I would add a little bit sort of a shadow, and I think it really helps finish it off too. So finishing up with that, and then I believe I'm going to start putting things together. There I'm just showing you it was a C3. I don't have a lot of Copic markers, but the ones that I have I've picked very carefully so that I have good colors to blend and shadow and highlight and stuff with. So, and you can make a lot of different, color combinations or, richness and color just the way that you apply it. If you apply it directly on, obviously it's going to be richer. If you, color it onto a block and use a lighter color, it, mutes it. Now here I'm trying to trying to tie this bow, and I always start right side up and then realize that for some reason the way I tie bows, they only work out if I do it upside down. It has to be the way that I'm pulling the ribbon. I don't know, and honestly, it doesn't matter. I just need to remember to do it upside down so that I don't waste time and video. I didn't clip it out just because I wanted to show you that, bow tying, not my best skill, but I make it work. If I have to do it upside down, whatever. Excuse me. This 3D tape, I got at Big Lots. It was really cheap. It was like $1.50 a roll. And I just cut it down to what size and shape I need instead of using the squares or the dots or whatever. It's more economical. I have a lot of it. I bought, I don't even know how many rolls, 6 or 7. And it lasts forever. It's just really, really sticky, so you have to be careful. Once you place it, you have to be pretty sure that's where you want it, because you can peel it up. It's just really hard, and you have to be fast. Here I'm just picking out a stamp, and I like to use only a few sheets of paper out of a 6x6 pad for a card. And usually one of the designs has a nice muted or light colored paper that I can use for my sentiment. In this case it did, so if not, I just use a scrap that I have lying around. Just cutting a little banner into that sentiment piece there. And I'm going to ink it up, the same ink, that Memento gray flannel, I think. And then I'm just going to place that up at the top. And here I'm putting some Scotch tape over the ribbon on the back. I don't do that all the time, but when I think about it, I do. It does help to prevent the ribbon from getting moved whenever you're running the ATG over it. So there's the front, and now I'm going to work on the inside, and I just used the scraps that I have left. You know, they're hard to store, those tiny little pieces. I didn't always decorate the insides of my cards, but I did start after watching Amy R. on Prairie Paper and Ink, I think it's called. I watch her channel all the time. She does card series, and I really enjoy her videos. But she always decorates the insides of her cards. So I started doing it, and it does finish it off a lot better, and you're able to use the scraps that you had from the front of the card. So yes, you're using more paper, but honestly, when I was saving all those snippets of paper, I found I wasn't using them because I didn't have anything to go with it. So this way I'm using it, I don't feel like I'm wasting anything, and the card is more finished. So just putting the little oval on the inside for me to write on, and they're finished. So thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.